In this training, we're going to talk about editing your sales funnel. It's a very simple process, very easy to do. And this is assuming that in the previous training, you've already signed up for your 2-week free trial with Clickfunnels, which is going to be the software that you're going to be using that's going to be hosting your sales funnel. All of your leads are going to be funneled through it. And if you do any sales through it, you'll be able to funnel that as well. And that is going to be the software for the purpose of this course that we're going to be using. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about the Clickfunnels Editor. I'm going to show you how to actually edit a funnel, kind of make the changes you need to. That way we can get you to where you want to be. For the purpose of this training, we're going to take a look at a sales funnel for a CrossFit gym or just a gym. As an example, obviously this can apply to any funnel, any website, any small business or any business that you're trying to start. Obviously, you could just apply what I'm teaching in this session to whatever you're going to be doing with your custom high converting sales funnel. So as you can see, this is the funnel we're going to be working with, which is, get your free 7-day full access pass. Got a little button here. It's got a video that you can post, which is optional. I mean, if you don't want to do a video, you could just, you can get rid of this video, and some testimonials that you could post. And again, that's optional. You don't have to do that. I'm going to show you, how to add and take away from all of this. And we're going to look at some pretty cool stuff. Whenever you click on this button, a pop-up comes up. Where should we send your free CrossFit workout pass? All they have to do is enter their name, email address, and contact phone number. And then that's how you're going to be getting your potential customers' information. So let's go in. This is the funnel inside the editor. And to get to the editor, this is kind of the dashboard to this funnel. But to get to the editor, you just click on Edit Page. At any time, if you want to just look at a preview of what the page looks like, you can simply just click on this little button here or this little button here. And when you do, it's going to show you what your progress looks like. So let's go ahead and click on Edit Page. Now what I want to do is kind of show you how the editor works. Now, as you can see, this section is going to basically consist of the actual funnel, which is, we take a look over here at the settings. We have integrations. That is where, we'll be integrating our email autoresponder, which we'll be doing in our, I believe it's in several trainings from now. SEO metadata, what that means is being able to select your keywords for search engine optimization. This is how Google, Bing, and Yahoo is going to be finding your website in the search. You could put what the title is of what you're trying to offer, a little description, do some keywords. Like if it's for a gym, you could do gym membership, gyms in San Diego gym, stuff like that. You can even do a little picture of the outside of your location if you want to. Tracking code. This is basically if you're running Facebook ads. If you wanted to put a Facebook ad pixel, you could do it here, but I actually prefer to go to the settings to do that instead of here. Let's see, custom CSS. That is just for coding. Normally, this section is actually going to be blank normally, but this specific funnel requires a little bit of code to be put in. That's not something that you have to worry about, so I would not even be worried about that whatsoever. Background, that is basically what you want this image to be. So in order to select a background image, you go over here to image and you click on this, and what you do is you select an image from your library, or you go over here to upload image, and what you can do is you can upload a background image to anything you want. Obviously, you don't want a stock image. You want something that that is real, and that is where you do that. And for example, if I wanted to use this image, I would just double click on that image, and what it'll do is it'll give me a new background image. Okay, so that's what background is. Another cool thing that we can do is we can actually create a background video. This is something that I think is actually pretty cool. Something that I kind of geek out on. But let's go over here to YouTube, and I want to give you an example. So what I did was I found a really cool looking a video of just kind of people working out, doing different things. So I took the link of that, and you could do a YouTube video here. You could put a video to Vimeo, or whatever video you want to put. Let's see here. It doesn't really matter what you put there, but anyway, I wanted to give you an idea. So what I'm going to do is click Save. And now what I want to do is I want to show you a preview. To look at a preview of what you've done, you can click here, and this is what it's going to look like. See? That is pretty cool if you ask me. I mean, I think that that's fantastic. So what it's going to do, it's actually going to play that entire YouTube video. And if no matter how long the video is, 2 minutes, 20 minutes, at the end of the video, it just loops and just plays it over again. But that looks extremely professional. Now on mobile, if somebody is looking at this page and they're on their iPhone or their Samsung Galaxy, they're not really going to see the video that well. Really what they're going to see is just all of this. But if they're on desktop or on, if on a smart TV or something, they're going to see the whole thing. So that is pretty awesome. So let's take a look at the rest of the settings. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back. Okay, so let's take a look at the rest of the settings. So, you don't have to worry about the rest of it. Let's say that you wanted to take this off. All you do is hit the little delete button. If you wanted to clone it and copy it for whatever reason, you hit that. This is the settings. So all you do is you click here. And if you want to add a different logo, all you do is just go over here. And let's say that I wanted to put, a logo maybe right here that I created. So what we'll do is we'll put it, let's see here. It's not really coming up. Let's do this one. Okay, so a little logo that I created as kind of a mock-up. That gives you an example. So over here, if you wanted to change this around, what you could do is you simply just kind of click inside, and then you can make any changes that you want. If you want to change it from women to men, if you want to put a different city, you're welcome to do that. If you wanted to go over here to the headline, all you do is just simply click on it. You can make any changes that that you want. You can change the font, the colors. You just go over here to settings, and then these are all the settings for for whatever you're looking at. So if you wanted to change it to to red, if you wanted to change the font size, obviously that didn't look very professional, so we're going to just kind of go about right there. And you can go through and see advanced if you want to change all the little minute details of what it looks like. We can even add a shadow to it. We can add icons. It is pretty amazing. It's also drag and drop. So if you go right over here to this little move symbol, you can simply just kind of drag it and drop it to where you want it to go. So let's say I wanted to switch that up. You could do that. Now, obviously, that doesn't look very good. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to switch it back. So here's the button. So if you want to click on this, you can edit the text of the button right here. So let's say that I wanted to change it to a 14-day trial. And if you wanted to, maybe you wanted to take that out and set action, that means whatever somebody clicks on this button, this is the action that you want them to take, right? In this case, we want the pop-up to open. If there was a form already embedded for them to enter their name and phone number and email address, you would just have it on submit form. So that just kind of gives you an idea. If you want this, if they click on this and you want it to go to a website, you just go over here to website URL. But anyway, that's that's how you do that. If you wanted to change the color, just go right over here. You can change it to purple. Just whatever you want to do. Over here on video, you can either just get rid of the video, or you can just click on edit, or you just click inside the video, and you could put a YouTube video here. You can go over here if you have a Vimeo account, Wistia, and there's other, if you want to do a custom embed. And then you have the rest of the settings here. And here, obviously, if you wanted to, take some pictures of some customers that you have, Go here to settings, and then you just click on the picture and, you know, upload their picture, add it here, and then add a custom testimonial. And you could do that. Or if you wanted to, you could just get rid of this testimonial and just simply, you know, click the delete button. But that's basically, you know, how the editor works. It's very simple. There's, you know, a bunch of other stuff here, but, you know, for the purpose of this training, for the purpose of this course, not really necessary to go over it. But this is if you wanted to add rows or to manage rows and columns. But, you know, really, for example, the easiest way to do it, if I wanted to add, you know, another button underneath this part right here, all I would do is just kind of hover over, click on the add new element. And then as you can see, I can add all kinds of stuff. I can add a button, another video, you know, a bullet list, a headline, a sub-headline. I mean, there's all kinds of really cool stuff here. So let's add another button. So we'll go over here. And what I could do is, if I like this button a lot, what I could do is I could actually clone it. Then what I could do is I can go over here and I can move it right there. And if I wanted to, I can just delete this button I made. And now I have two. You see how I did that? It's pretty cool. And, you know, if you wanted to, you know, clone this one and then add it, you know, maybe add it, let's do, you know, maybe you wanted to add it right here, you know, two different things. Obviously, this doesn't look, you know, fantastic, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of give you an example. Let's go ahead and get rid of these. We're going to go ahead and do that. And one thing that I do want to go over that I want to, you know, put a lot of preference into this so that you understand this. More than half of all of the traffic that's going to be coming to your sales funnel through your traffic campaigns, more than half of everybody is going to be visiting this page on a mobile device. Okay. Studies have been shown that in 2019 and 2020 and beyond, that anywhere from 50 to 70% of all traffic that is going to be coming in is going to be coming in from a mobile device. What that means for you is you need to optimize your sales funnel for mobile. The way we do that is you click over here on mobile. And what that does is it gives you a preview of what it looks like if you were looking at it from a mobile device. And as you can see, this is what it looks like. Now, a lot of times when people are just building out their sales funnels and they're adding content and they go over here to mobile, it'll look really bad. And so what you do is you've got to make some changes. So what we do is we go over here, and what we could do is we can click on edit. And obviously that's too big. So we'll go over here to, let's see here. We can add, we can change the way it looks by doing that. But what's really important that I want you to catch on to is see how this looks. I want to change how that looks on mobile. The way you do that, you click on settings, and right here where it says mobile size. So I'm going to click on it once, and then I'm going to click on it twice. So I'm going to go over here to my keyboard, and I'm going to do the up and down buttons. And you see what I'm doing here? Now, obviously, you can go through and you can do it one at a time if you want to make changes. But if I just click on it once, click on it twice, go over here to your keyboard and go to the up and down buttons, it's a lot easier to do it that way. So let's go ahead. Let's see if we can make it look a little bit more professional. So we could do it kind of like that, or if we wanted to make it a little bit bigger, we could do that. So let's go with this. All right. Let's make this text a little bit smaller. So click once, click twice, and we're going to go down. All right. See the button? Let's see if we can make it a little bit smaller. Go over here to mobile size. Okay. See how I did that? Okay. Let's go over here and click on this button. Let's do about like that. You see how this text is kind of big. So let's go over here. Now, I am going to explain how the sections work right after this. I'm just kind of reminding myself. Let's go over here. Going to make it a little bit smaller. All right. So as you can see, that looks pretty good. Not bad. You know, and you don't. One thing I do want to say is that normally in cell funnels, you really don't want to have your. You don't necessarily have to have your logo That is entirely up to you. I know that a lot of digital marketers don't put logos in sales funnels because they really want the traffic to be concentrating on the offer rather than trying to do branding. So you have to think to yourself, am I a really small company in a small business in a small niche? Does everybody know who I am? Am I a Coca-Cola and a Pepsi? If I'm not, you don't really have to necessarily put your logo. Really what you want to do is generate leads, customers, and sales. So maybe you can get rid of the logo and just concentrate on the offer. Or if you're really wanting to concentrate on branding, you really want to get your name out there, you really want everybody to know who you are. Or if you're already you have a big name in your area, then definitely you want to put your logo on it. But every time that you go through a series of changes, maybe every 5 minutes or so, make sure that you go up here to the Save button and click on Save, because if you try to exit out and you haven't saved, all of your progress will be lost. All right, let's go over here to Desktop, and let's go over the sections. So different sections, we have the blue navigation. What that means is that this entire section, is comprised of two areas, an area here and then an area over here. This section, as you can see, we have the orange bar, and that is the headline. If we hover a little bit over here, we're going to get a green area. And what that means, that is this entire area. This entire area. Then we go over here, you see the blue. And as you can see, that is this entire area. So that's kind of how ClickFunnels does that. Really, all you need to be concentrating on is if you want to make a change here, you could just simply click on it. You just simply click on the settings button. It's that simple. Right over here, you just click. Over here, you just click on settings. It's that simple. So that is the editor. It's very simple, very easy to use. You just got to make sure that you're optimizing for mobile. Make sure that it looks nice and professional. Make sure that you're hitting the save button every so often. And that's just kind of self-explanatory. When you get done, there's two things you can do. One, you can click the preview button so you can see what your funnel looks like. And maybe it doesn't look good, or maybe the colors don't look good, or you can go through and make some changes and hit save again and take a look at the preview. When you're done, all you have to do is click on exit. And if you have made any changes and you click on the exit button, it is going to remind you that you need to save, because I just can't tell you how many times that I've made some changes. I forgot to hit save, and I was so disappointed that I had to go back and do it all over again. But that is the editor. In the next video, we're actually going to take a look at setting up your custom domain name, which is basically pointing, a URL or a domain to your funnel. That's going to be in the next video.